Hello, everybody. This is Ozone Ocean, and with me are Baines and
hello.
Oh, Baines, yes. Hello. And Tart Serene.
Hello.
Hello, Tart Serene. If you became Queen of Russia, you would be a Tart Serena.
Of all
Exactly. And today we're going to be talking about the way characters change over time. Now we're talking about we're going to introduce the featured comic. Featured comic this week was Shimmer Redux. So I'm going to tell you about Shimmer Redux now. Hello, I'm Ozone Ocean, and my feature of the week was Shimmer Redux. This is the story of Kip in the distant past. His entire planet was obliterated. He lost his wife and child in the apocalypse, but he and some of his planet's population survived in deep sleep for a millennia. Cut to the present day, Kip is awake. He's established relations with the people of a nearby planet. He's using his technological skill and psychic abilities to help them, but he's also come across the remnants of his own planet's people, trapped in cold sleep after all this time. Can he help them? Did his wife and child survive after all? This is a full-color comic with its own very characteristic art style. The story is a sci-fi action drama. So yeah, this is Redux, as the title says. So this is a comic that was already being drawn and illustrated and everything like that. So and the author, Orwen. Sorry for that. First time I've ever pronounced it out loud. Arwen has redone Shimmer. So this is the second take on it, which means it's more refined. But it also means maybe perhaps some elements of the story might have been kind of skipped over and missed out. But we'll see. Anyway, yeah, it's coming along well, and the artwork is pretty cool looking. So I hope you enjoy Shimmer Redux, rated E by Arwen. That was Shimmer Redux, which is a cool, groovy little comic. And now I'm going to introduce Gummalus' featured theme this week. This week, Gummalus has given us a theme to a little comic called Base Reality, which is a comic I featured a couple of weeks ago. Base Reality. So this is a demonic game of Pac-Man that gets more and more intense till reality is destroyed. We head on up into an afterlife, then float around in purgatory for a while before becoming reborn into Pac-Man once again. This is an intense electronic journey into metaphysics. Take it away, Gamos, with your theme to Base Reality. was Gummel's theme this week, Base Reality. Okay, so now we're going into the top 100 for the week. So what have we got now?
Well, Casey.
Got a new hit from Bon Jovi here, coming at you hard. No, we're talking about how characters change over the years. And how you can forget how they look like, how you need to relearn them, how they change just because you like doing them in different ways to how you originally did them. Because, webcomics are a thing that we draw over a very long period of time. Like, some people, some crazy little sausages out there are producing 1 page a day, which is incredible. Couldn't do that.
Oh my God.
Some of us...
You make all of us look bad.
Yes. Yeah. Trying too hard. Some of us do 1 page a week, and I used to do that at one point in time. Now I'm lucky to do, 4 pages a year. But my comic's been going for over 20 years, so there's that. Even Bottomless Waitress we go for over 10 years. So yeah, there we go. But when you do something over that long period of time, it's natural to have changes over that time because you forget how things look like. And the way I work is I sort of research back for the last 5 pages, and you don't realize how much things have sort of changed in that time. Maybe I'm basing it on what's happened on the last 5 pages or even the last page that I did. But I'm not really going back to a character Bible, or I'm not going back on the whole comic and looking at how the characters are. So things naturally evolve. Polly, Jane, and Francis have massively evolved over the course of the comic. Sometimes it's because I've forgotten how to draw them, or I just don't like drawing them that way anymore. So I draw them in different ways, and sometimes it's a deliberate thing. Like with Jane, that I wanted her to change to be more serious and be more human than she had been, because she was a bit bland in the beginning. So yeah,
a little more grit. I love the change in Jane's hair. Looks so good.
Yeah, hopefully I remember to do that. See, one of the problems is when you go back the last couple of pages and look at something, you go, okay, yeah, that's how I did it. But if you forget and you go back to the beginning and you go, oh yeah, that's how a hair's meant to be, and then you suddenly got, oh my God, you've just erased 10 years worth of change and you've just restarted it back to how it was originally. Idiot. I do that. I am that idiot. I am that idiot.
I mean, over that much time, it definitely makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, with Pinky, I've had this thing where I've just thought, no, she's not going to do the same thing with her hair all the time, because she's got this crazy kind of mane of pink hair that's sticking up everywhere, but she's also a human being, and it's not appropriate for her to have that hairstyle in every situation. So if I want to draw her with her hair plaited back or under a hat or something like that, I'm going to do it. So she changes all the time, and that's pretty cool. I love having that freedom with the character. But say in Bottomless Waitress, don't have that freedom so much with the characters' hairstyles. I mean, I've done it.
You do. You can do whatever you. I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, go for it.
You can do whatever you want, But I know what you mean in terms of you have to. It has to be the decision of okay, well, this comic in the 10 or 13 years or whatever it's been. This is only 2 days time span.
Oh my God, this person's caged their hairstyle
So
7 million times in a day.
Exactly. But I think you can do it. If you want to do it, you do it, I think.
Well,
and it's but you have to realize, okay, we're doing this, and it literally would not be possible. But so what?
Yeah, I'm fine with having their hair change after hours, and when we're doing that kind of stuff. Like if there's something that's happened, like with Jane, how she broke up with her boyfriend. So that was a big thing, and that allowed me to have the freedom. But when you've got Polly and Francis coming into work, you want to have a bit of consistency there. So
I think so too.
And I still don't know. I still don't understand their hairstyles really. I don't really know how they work from all angles.
No. I think one of them's a redhead and one's blonde. That's all I know.
Jay's got this weird little kind of helmet of hair with these side curls, and I don't know how they work from different angles, so I just sort of wing it. And Polly's got this weird updo kind of Peggy Bundy thing.
Yeah.
It's beehive, and I don't understand how that works. So it changes.
Oh yeah, me neither. Man.
It's like a mashup between Peg Bundy and that lady from the B-52s.
Right.
Who's got that high hair. So.
Yeah, Polly, her namesake, Polly Holiday from the Alice show, Flo.
Oh yeah.
Had like her hair up, but not in that way. Right? I was going to mention that this is off subject, but a few weeks ago she passed away. I was going to bring it up because important to Polly in the creation of that comic altogether, actually, and that character. Yeah. So R.I.P. to Flo.
R.I.P. She could be Ava.
That's a great idea.
She can be our Ava. We could do a realistic drawing of her. It'd be one of these funny things where everyone's caricatured, stylized, but Ava is an exact portrait of her.
Yeah.
Eva is the Eldritch god that has created this dimension.
Yes, it's interdimensional eatery.
Exactly. It's a multiverse. It's her pocket universe. And it centers around a bottomless diner. Sounds like an episode of the Twilight
so hard
Zone.
To find.
Yeah.
We're all looking for a bottomless diner.
Yeah, or a Roald Dahl short story.
Oh, geez, a Roald Dahl. Yeah, that would be a very different kind of story. Very different. So what about you guys with your changes over time? Tance, you were saying that various characters have changed over time. Alex?
Yeah. I mean, pretty much everyone has changed over time. Like especially when it comes to Without Moonlight, that has went on for 12 years, more or less. So.
Well, Fortis has changed a huge amount.
Yeah, sure.
I think Basil's turned into a skeleton by now.
Unfortunately, yes.
I'm sorry, Tom.
You will never let me read that
down. It's sad.
So, yeah, pretty much everyone has changed. And now, especially, and even in Verdant, as it's already into its second year of being made. Mm-hmm. So even there, I have some changes in how I draw, the main characters that have appeared, because not everyone has appeared yet. But yeah, Spottis, for example, I started off on purpose drawing him a lot more childlike in the beginning, like in the initial chapters, compared to how he looks in the final chapters, even though it's only been like a few months time that has elapsed from chapter 1 to chapter 9 or 8. I have forgotten how many chapters there are. And the reason for that is that it's not that he has aged more than half a year or something, that at most. It's that his experiences are such that he has sort of quote unquote aged years in just a few weeks in some instances, and he looks much older than he actually is. So that was done on purpose. Like, he becomes a bit more angular, his eyebrows are more permanently furrowed, all of that. Um, and also, I become better at drawing him.
I
So
love him.
yeah, I
Yeah,
really like it too.
amazing character.
Yeah, I look forward to how he evolves in the second volume, where he actually becomes an adult, like a full adult. Um, I'll get to it, I promise. um,
Yeah.
so that's one change that has been done on purpose.
Mm.
Other changes were done mostly because I decided to draw characters differently. Like, for example, as I said in the video cast, Alex has changed drastically in how I draw her. Like I'm hoping that the halo effect is the same, but the way I draw her is completely different. Uh, I have different details that I focus on to make her herself.
Mm.
Um, so yeah, so there's that, and I also draw differently. Like when I started drawing Martha, I made her very generic because I didn't know how to draw a really beautiful woman that doesn't look after herself. Because that's the whole point. I want her to not care
Mm.
about how she looks, but she's like
Mm.
naturally pretty. I didn't know how to do that.
That's tough. That's like intense, right?
Yeah.
Subtle stuff. Yeah.
She's a
Yeah,
babe.
she's what?
She's a babe.
She is, yeah.
Party on, Gar.
And she's not only that, she's a babe that is off the market basically, and that
Hmm.
she had to be signaled pretty much all the time. So yeah, that was a thing, and
How do
and
you? It's off topic, but the hair, is it in the hair, like sort of
yeah,
unconcerned about elaborate hair or whatever?
yeah, she's like her hair. It's always like spur of the moment, whatever serves. Like either it is a loose ponytail in
Mm.
the back or a loose bun, or just it is out there and does whatever it wants.
It's a curly
uh,
hairstyle. Curly,
yeah, yeah,
blondish
yeah.
sort of. Yeah.
She's a natural blonde, like and curly hair. Like, um, again, rare-ish, but not actually that rare, depending on which region of Greece you are from. Um, and so and it's not only that, it's also in her body language. Like she doesn't carry herself in a way that displays the good sort of way.
Mm.
um and what she wears is very utilitarian, and she generally is not in a way like she doesn't have that oh, people are looking at me, let me be more aware
Yeah.
of how I look. Um, and that's mostly body language, and that her hair is always scruffy. She doesn't have makeup on ever. Um, and yeah, that's how she's
Typically
pretty. But
depicted. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I experiment with that too with my characters. Like, Pinky deliberately wears makeup sometimes and then absolutely doesn't at other times, and it can completely change your character's face. And we do it with the Bottomless Waitress characters who, when they're working, they wear their makeup. When
Mhm.
they're not wearing their makeup, or it's running, or it's doing weird kind of stuff,
Yeah.
like with Jane when she was upset. So, yeah, that was really fun to do. That was weird. Didn't we do that particular thing? Because I'd been talking to you, I said, I really want to do her having her mascara running for some reason. I really want to do
Mm.
that. So I think,
Yeah, I think the breakup was supposed to happen, or maybe you said that, and yeah, it just kind of came together.
Mhm.
Yeah, you were definitely talking about how you wanted.
Yeah, I remember that as
Yeah,
well. Yeah.
So then, we did this whole extended page of her just being upset with mascara.
And now that you mention it, like there is just one time that I have Martha dressed up and put together, interested in looking pretty, and that was on the day that she was supposed to go with Basil and get married.
Oh, yes.
So,
Oh,
and
man.
hat, and she has makeup on, she has her hair done really well, she's wearing her best, her Sunday's best, all of that. So that's the only time.
You godfathered us, or you George R.R. Martined us, or whatever the right phrase is.
But before J.R.R. Martin did it.
You pulled the rug right from under us. It was bloody never-ending story. What, Bastion's horse all over again? What is Bastion the horse? I can't remember.
I hate that you still remember it, but on the other hand, I also really like that you still remember it. So thank you so much.
What about Baines? Harley has, you were saying in the video cast, our Patreon video cast, that Harley has had some significant changes over the years.
Yeah, and not on purpose. That's a matter of even outside of my own delays in the comics, she appears, of the main characters, she has the fewest appearances. So she's infrequent. At least that's how I think of it. Maybe if I look back, it's not the case, but I feel like there's long stretches where I don't draw her.
Yeah.
And then when she comes in, I don't remember what the hair looks like and capturing what she looks like pretty, but like a tough kind of like, it's like not working, So yeah, sometimes it's tough, but I have to draw her a lot to get it passable.
She's one of those dream girl kind of characters, isn't she? So she's the femme.
Yeah, and also naturally and somewhat uncaring, I guess. I don't know if that much subtlety goes into the way I draw it compared to the way Tance does her characters, but it's a certain kind of.
She's a trope.
Not a lot of effort. Yeah, she's a trope.
But that means that she has to look a specific way because she's part of that kind of trope. So that means you have to, make her fit in with the theme as she's meant to feel. So which involves certain challenges. So but that means you're not allowed, but it means that it's inadvisable for you to make her more human or to make her more scruffy or whatever, unless there was a specific reason for it, because she would be outside of the trope that the character is meant to represent, wouldn't it? So you couldn't really do the kind of changes that you do with your other characters.
Yeah, like you said, unless it was story relevant, or if that's what the story was.
So you have
she'd probably stay the same. I want to say she's gotten less harsh.
Yeah.
Personally, I was looking through some early pages of Typical Strange and saying oh my god, whoa, she is so mean. That is really harsh. So I think maybe she's mellowed. I'd have to look at the more recent pages to be sure, but and I think maybe they've all begun to mellow a bit. I want to say we'll see what happens in future pages. But,
well, I like this about webcomics, about we are free to have our characters develop over time. We don't always go back to first principles in some media. It's very popular. I've said it before, and I don't know whether anyone agrees with me, but in a lot of British media, comedy specifically, the characters will usually just go back to their original kind of setup. They'll go back to their baseline, always. Because British comedy seems to be based on the situation rather than character development, traditionally. They do obviously have various comedies where characters do develop, but the main style of comedy from Britain is characters are just they're always the same character and they don't develop.
Right.
Whereas, say, other countries' characters do develop, especially America and Canada and places like that. I don't know wherever else, but yeah that's a thing.
The thing too about webcomics generally being done by one or two people, maybe more once in a while, but often it's one person doing it, and they're over an extended timeline. Like, we change, the way we see the world changes,
True.
the world itself changes, and just things kind of change. We don't even realize it in many ways, probably.
Yeah.
But that's got to be a huge part of it too.
Massively
and
good
even
point.
if you're writing a historical thing like Tense is, I'm sure, like the way the characters behave to each other maybe has changed a bit because you've changed over those 10 years. I don't know, but
Definitely. I mean, Tance has become a really right-wing fascist, so her characters are... That's not true at all. Not true. That's a total lie. I was lying out of my bum there.
It's so sad that an obvious joke needs to be clarified. Just in case. So, but yeah, I realized that when I began, first of all, where you focus changes in a story. I mean, it doesn't need to be historical. Like, you start the story, you want to explore certain things, or you want to have fun with certain things, or what have you. And then, as it carries on year after year, when it is this level of long form, you change as a person. You want to focus on more things than whatever you started off exploring.
Yeah.
And that develops the comic as a whole a lot more. And yeah, for Without Moonlight, definitely this happened. Initially, I wanted like a short, concise story within Athens, showcasing just like the vibe of the era. Like, the only thing I wanted was to show like a small window of like emotional storytelling on how it felt to be in World War II Athens, uh, and how Greeks were at the time. But very quickly, I didn't want to do that anymore.
Okay.
It's as simple as that. Like, you know what? No, I want to tell this historical event.
Yeah.
Characters offer themselves to it, and I could just tweak it a little bit, and I can tell this event.
Yeah.
And then I grew a bit bolder and more assertive in the things that I could do. And I told myself, you know what, I could put in some historical characters in there and just actually illustrate certain things. Why not? Instead of have them, skit around and skirt around the actual historical events and things that happen. And then I grew even bolder and I said, you know what, I also want to show the politics of the matter. I just don't want to just, uh, go bad guys versus good guys and not have any nuance. And I said, you know what, I want to actually show how politics shape personalities actually, and who people become and how people are pushed to certain things, and I want to explore, and I have the characters to do that, and why not do that as well? So that also then evolved and changed, and I let myself explore more, in both directions. Like, I wasn't going to have Orestes be as prominent as he was in the story. And I wasn't going to have Arthur be as prominent as he is in the story because it was going to be a short story. And the idea
Mhm.
was just, do some bare bones archetypes and be done with it. And then I said, no, no, I want to actually have something to say about certain politics that I see arising again. So
Yeah.
I had everyone talk in ways that signal turns of phrase that we hear now. Well, we were hearing back then when I was making
Yeah.
it. um, and that's how it evolved. And then I just let it be its thing, and I didn't control it anymore, and it
Yeah.
happened. So
Ah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it got a life of its own, pretty much, in a lot of ways,
yeah, yeah,
creatively.
yeah, exactly. And now in the second volume, I want to be very, very ambitious in what I do, and I want to show things that are still open wounds in the Greek reality and Greek politics, and also show some really uncomfortable things about the allies as well, and not just the Axis. So I'm going to be doing that
Yeah.
as soon as I get the courage to get into it and start doing it again, because it is you have to be like to live in that era, and it's a very black era, and I don't
Yeah.
yet have the soul for it, if that makes sense. I
Yeah.
have to be ready to get into it. So until then, it's verdant. It's going to
Yeah.
be verdant
That's
and
your main
Ethan and his,
Yeah.
yeah, and the religion. Basically, it's an exploration of religion, among other things. So
Okay. That's
And
true.
Basil might not be the magic skeleton in Vernon. We're not for sure.
well, if he is, he grew another arm,
Yeah, that's right.
He came
which
back
why
from the
not? Why
dead,
didn't
got an extra arm.
he?
That's how
And
it's
he's
happened.
also
It's canon now. It's canon. You
Yeah.
can't change it,
can.
Tans. He's
I want that's evil Basil. Like honestly, oh my God, if Basil was evil, he would be extremely terrifying, honestly, because
True.
yeah, he would be terrifying. Like I might actually do an evil Basil character at some point. We'll see.
he shifted into the other world through the multiverse. Everything is part of
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
once he was just a consciousness, he went into yeah, another body.
there's a
yeah,
massive
he.
multiverse. All the Drunkduck comics are part of the same world.
Oh my God, imagine that. That would be a weird multiverse.
Very much.
we
Yeah.
just copy Marvel
Yeah.
and DC. They both do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what other characters have I got that change over time? I know all my characters do. Every single one of them has changed over time in various ways.
How about Betty? I think Betty is her name.
Betty, yeah.
Becky.
Well, she's just
Or
started out. She's more changed in the writing because she started out as just a comic relief kind of character in
Mm.
chapter 6 that was basically just done as I just wrote that as a short story, not even a comic. I just wrote it as a prose short story, and then I thought, hang on, I can do this as a comic because it's Pinky, so I may as well just actually do the whole thing in comic form, and that will be a fun chapter. So, but Betty was originally just meant to be a kind of comic relief, silly kind of character. She's bigger than Pinky, and Pinky's mean to her, and Pinky blames her for farting in the all this kind of stuff. And she's sweaty Betty and all that kind of stuff. And And I just thought, as I was going along, as I was writing, I just got tired of that idea, because that's funny when you're sort of doing it in prose, but in a comic, I just didn't want to do that anymore. I wanted to turn into a real kind of person. And I liked the idea that she wasn't like Pinky's ridiculous kind of proportions, big boobs and all that, slim waist and all that. She was more a kind of a relaxed figure. And so I wanted to develop her more as I liked her being a kind of straight man kind of character, because Pinky was being just like a brat pretty much in that episode that she was in chapter 6, whereas Betty was being more a straight man. And since then, I've turned her into more of a kind of straight, just a voice of sense. And I've just had fun with her and learnt how to draw characters with different figures, from Pinky's, cliched kind of version of a woman. And that's been very freeing to me and educational to me to do that. So yeah, Betty's changed quite a bit over the years. Good spot, Tance. It's good to have those characters. I mean, I've seen your veins, like in Kaiju Valentine. Those characters are 3D characters, done in like what's your program you use?
I use Des Studio.
Des Studio. So normally you'd think, okay, so you're using Des Studio to do 3D models of characters, and normally you'd think, once you come up with the models of the characters, they're not going to change. They're always going to be the same. They're always going to be locked in. But they're not. They have changed over the years. Like, you've mutated them in various ways. Like,
a little bit. 1 second, sorry.
Max.
I had to cough.
Max has become more of a teddy bear. Cuter.
Yeah.
Yeah, a bit more cartoony, even, I would say.
Who?
Max is cartoony.
Yeah.
A little bit more, like rounder features.
Bigger eyes.
Yeah, I might have adjusted a little bit to make them. Yeah, like when you see them and you're doing various pages and you see them doing different things and having different expressions and all this. Yeah, you sort of think, I want to change them a little bit. It would look better. Mm-hmm. They were a little more cartoony. I think Minnie went back and forth. There was a cartoonier version. I think because I didn't know what I was doing and I had 2 different models for her, or 2 different settings or something. And then, so I changed her to be less cartoony, settled maybe somewhere in the middle. And then Max maybe inched a little more cartoony. It worked better. He's so small. Sort of makes him pop a little more. Yeah.
It really does, yeah, because he's smaller, especially, when he's in the land of the giants, which he is at the moment, and he has been for quite a while now. You need that exaggerated features in order for him to be noticeable, because the other people are, bigger physically than him, and they dominate everything, so his expressions have to compete.
Yeah.
But it does sort of like single him out as being more of a cutie kind of character, because the way he looks, like lovable kind of character, like you want to love him, versus the giants who are more human and you don't think they're not as lovable.
Yeah, that's odd. It's the opposite of what the comic was originally. Well, it was a comic strip at first. It was standalone pages. And it was supposed to be the normal world with one giant girlfriend. And now most of the comic has been the complete opposite. It's a story and it's in Giant Land with one tiny guy. And everyone else is, so like I had no idea it was even going to be that, but I don't even know when we're going back to the normal world. Eventually we will.
Eventually. But it's not just like physical character change. There's been, the writing of some of the characters has changed. I mean, my favorite is, of course, Alina, who's, the blonde bombshell, incredible Max's love in an alternate world. And she started out as being an absolute bitch to Minnie, basically, didn't she? Like an antagonist.
Yeah, she was kind of the mean girl, like the friend, but also the mean girl type.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, secretly like pretend friend, but secretly a meanie, trying to undermine. Is that pretty much?
Yeah, there's probably some jealousy there and stuff like that. And I don't even know if, I mean, we'll see her develop maybe, but it's sort of like she has these multiple sides to her. So I kind of like taking her back and forth. Like she's horrible sometimes, and like, oh, she's not so bad, and she's kind of got some noble qualities even. She's brave and everything, you know. And then you go back and see the other side. So that it might just go back and forth like that. That's really fun, actually.
But yeah, I've loved the fact that she's initially her interest in Max was pretty much steal her away from Minnie. Because Minnie's got her, I want Max. But then she became like obsessed with Max. So she really actually loves him. Well, not loves him, but is obsessed by him. And that was quite interesting. And then we saw different sides of her that we weren't ever gonna see in her initial appearance.
Right.
But I like that. And what's her friend called? Loopy?
That'll change too. Loopy is the friend, and she's sort of I guess on the surface, the wacky one in the group, the goofy one, the Francis in Bottomless Waitress terms. But she is sort of more the voice of reason, it seems like, also.
And poor old Loopy, her position in the world has been usurped by Max, because she is the smallest one in the group. But she's a million times the size of Max, so I'm sorry, Loopy, but you can't be the small, cute one anymore.
Oh, it's a good point. Maybe she's secretly jealous.
She'll be the secret baddie out of the group.
Yeah. What a twist.
And not the modern version of, current version of baddie, which is sexy woman baddie, but the traditional version of baddie, which is a bad guy. Or bad girl.
Well, some people are both, and that's devastating.
Well, she is too, because she is a very sexy lady. That's just how Baines models his women. Oh dear. Well, yeah, I've changed all the Bottomless Waitress's physicalities a bit as I've drawn. Mainly when I've just gotten more of a mental handle on how they should look and understood them better. So I've understood, okay, so Frances is meant to be one of these short ladies who has very wide hips, very thin waist, very huge bust. So she's like a Marilyn Monroe kind of figure. So she has, or, Jane Mansfield sort of thing. So she has that kind of weird body shape. And then we have Polly, who is like stretched figure. So that means she's very small bust and long kind of limbs, but stretched out. So not very huge wide waist, and not huge hips. So I have to keep on with that in mind. And Jane is the in-between out of all these people. No extremes, like middle of the road. And it's hard to keep that straight in my mind. Because I naturally will draw all women with wide hips, and thin waist and all this kind of stuff. So I have to get my brain around it. No, that's not how everybody looks. Not in this comic.
Right.
But in the early days, I do have all kinds of body shapes in this comic. Bottomless Waitress, every character goes through all these different shapes. So. And very cartoony and more serious. And I mean, none of them are ever realistic, but they get less cartoony as I go. And yeah, that's a tricky thing.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Very neat. I was telling you, I was rereading Bottomless Waitress this morning because he did a new page, and there's new pages coming, and so I was looking at the comic from the beginning. And there are a couple of background characters who I thought, like, oh,
Oh.
You gotta, whoever that is, Oz just put someone in the background. I'm like, I like that. Let's bring that person back somehow, or not even bring them back, but just like turn them into a person, and
Oh,
hear them
yeah.
talk and stuff. Yeah.
Gotta have Bert has to come back. The guy with the funny hair.
I don't even know. I don't even know who that is. Maybe I haven't gotten there yet.
Someone mentioned he looked like Bert. He's this guy in a blue shirt with this weird mohawk sort of hairstyle.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Now we got the cowboy, and is the cowboy with a really ugly lady?
Yeah, she looks kind of like me with a wig.
A bad dress.
Yeah, I do own a sort of a moo like that. Yeah. Like a crystal ball on that thing.
Those characters obviously need to be named characters and need to come back.
Maybe.
Yeah. We do have lots of unnamed weird characters that are just created as one-offs, but would be fun to have them appear again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was one page where there was a little one-liner, like Jane and Francis were hugging each other or something, talking about whatever. And they realize a customer's watching them, and they're like, "Oh, sorry, can we help you?" And he's like, "Oh, no, please, I'm fine, carry on." And you drew him like this little gnome, this like wacky-looking guy. It's so funny. So, maybe we get him in the diner regularly.
I remember that he had like really red cheeks or something, didn't he, and a beard.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. And we got to have that big fat asshole guy in there again as well. The one who is like telling Francis off about not having a dinner ready in time, and having Nikki looming over him. Maybe we could even have a panel of him being beaten up by Nikki behind them.
Maybe.
The bar.
We got to get that guy a bigger shirt. He's unsettling.
Yeah.
No, smaller. I saw this stupid meme the other day about saying, men in the 80s, they didn't mind wearing these cut-off t-shirts. They were so comfortable in their sexuality. And it shows all these American frat boys in these cut-off shirts that just come down to their nipples or something. Or just come down to their chest. And no, that wasn't a typical thing for men in the 80s. That was specifically American frat boys or, people who played gridiron or something like that. No one else really did that. That wasn't a typical 80s thing for men walking around commonly wearing cut-off shirts. Like, the most I ever saw of that was in, 80s sex comedies, Like,
yeah,
Porky's or Revenge of the Nerds or something. That was
which would be like very early 80s, late 70s into the early 80s.
Yeah. So there you go, man.
A little older than me, but I remember seeing it a few times. I'd see that here and there with someone, with a guy wearing a shirt like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, once in a while. Not very common.
Yeah.
But probably based on seeing it in American movies and stuff.
Yeah, just copying it from what they've seen in the films. So there we are. All the characters in Bottomless Waitress now have to wear those cut-off shirts. That's all the men.
No, please. Please, no. Please.
I don't think so, yeah. It would be unsettling.
Very
We
unsettling.
did have sort of a punk rock looking lady sitting with Jane in one of her first appearances. I don't think she's even talking yet at that point, but she's sitting across from this like kind of 80s punk rock lady.
Oh.
You just threw that character in there, and that's another one. I was like, oh, you gotta learn who this is.
Just throw whatever I feel like and stick in.
Yeah, she looks great though, and I was like, I want to see her, the little Hobbit guy, and, all these other people. Like in The Simpsons, you just have these background characters, and someone likes them, so they end up giving them a whole personality.
Yeah, then we become main characters eventually.
Yeah.
Oh my god, now that's inspired me to want to check out early pages of the damn thing. Oh my god. So yeah, it's fun to talk about how your characters change. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, we're getting low on time.
Cool.
What?
Oh yeah, 3 more minutes.
Oh yeah.
That's incredible. I did not even know. I just made a bland comment and it just happened to fit in.
My main character, Oscar, it occurs to me, he was more, and I was doing it, I did some animated things first. I was figuring out the characters and did these animated things. That took me a couple of years, and none of it exists anymore. It's not good. But he was like a lot, like kind of a more negative character, more down,
Oh yeah.
more depressed, more whiny, and that's changed purposely. I brought him out of that. I didn't really want to see that.
Yeah.
I just thought like that's no way to be, dude. Like he's not perfect. He's not super happy or anything, but yeah, there's certain things that I'm like, oh, pull him out of that character thing a little bit.
Yeah, he's become more of an everyman kind of character.
Yeah, sort of put upon and sort of maybe mildly unhappy with life, but he keeps going.
Yeah. And TK's less of a bastard. So
Yeah, that's been a slow process, but he's mellowing.
But you still got Wade and Penny and all those kind of characters who do their thing. And I don't know if they've changed that much.
Maybe less so, but I think they will.
Yeah.
If I ever get back to it, which I plan to.
I'd say it has changed over time. At least when I was doing the deep dive and I read start to finish, the whole history of characters like TK, Penny, and Oscar changed how they interacted and how they were drawn.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's fascinating to do that, Tuts. It's very heroic, very difficult to do that kind of process.
Oh, yeah,
but
for sure.
Incredible.
The deep dive. Incredible.
Oh, oh, thank you.
Very hard work. Oh, well, yeah, we should wrap up.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, one of my favourite side characters in Bottomless Waitress was the guy with the yellow t-shirt and with a stripe across it, which is basically based on Baines, but an early version of...
yeah, way back. Who criticizes the comic from within.
An older Baines.
Oh,
younger Baines. Alright, so that's been our Quackcast number 767. I've been Ozone Ocean.
I've been Tangerine.
And I've been Baines.
Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.
We've changed over this episode.
Oh, yeah. We've become way cuter, and I'm now wearing one of those cut-off tees that end just below my nipples.
Oh, my God. Please stop.
Yeah, that's why we have to end this now. This is really disturbing.
Yeah, it's getting extreme. It's going higher, so... Bye, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.